Below 59, but let's go.
All right.
It's all good.
Right. All right. So welcome everybody. Nice to see you all. We're excited to meet with you today and speak with you. One of our favorite topics is travel. If we could just ask everyone to just mute, just
Oh,
so
I
that
got him.
is it showing recording, Natalia?
It is,
I didn't.
yes.
Oh,
We're
okay,
good.
okay, great. All right. So my name is Nancy and I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing since 2019, based in Toronto head office. I've worked in the travel industry for over 20 years in the marketing capacity. I love traveling and been to many different places in Europe and the Caribbean. But my favorite place still remains Italy and Croatia. Maybe I'm just a little biased because my parents come from there and I've had the opportunity to go there quite a few times. And I've heard that many of you have already traveled with us, which is fantastic. So today we have an interesting agenda. We're going to do an overview about senior discovery tours and inform you about all the tour price inclusions, our tour types, and what makes us different from other tour operators. As you're likely aware, we cater to the seniors for the last almost 50 years now. And with me today, I would like to introduce my two lovely and talented colleagues, Natalia and Olivia. Natalia will be doing a fabulous presentations for us and walk us through the slides. She's been in the company for almost past 11 years now. And she's currently working as a sales and marketing coordinator. And Natalia is originally from Colombia, so she's traveled extensively, worked as a tour consultant, tour manager prior to joining me in my department. And she's a wealth of knowledge. So she knows our tours inside out and escorted tours numerous times, Canada, internationally. And she'll be able to give you any insight that you might need for any specific destination as well. And then we also have Olivia Reedman. She's just recently joined our team and she's the digital marketing coordinator. She's originally from England and now managing our social media and community management and assisting with all the different campaigns that we have running. So before we begin, I just want to mention that our brand new Volume 2 2024 brochure was just released yesterday on our website. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's on our brochure and sign up page. And it's featuring spring and summer tours, international and Canada as well. So also, in case you don't know, we can offer you free complimentary quarterly brochures in the mail. So all you have to do is go to our website and sign up for that. But I will be sending a couple of boxes over to Marilyn's office and she can distribute that for you. I'll be sending that out as soon as we get it. So the print copy will be in the mail in 2 or 3 weeks, but the PDF is available online if you want to download it or just browse through it. And one more exciting piece of news before we start. I just let you know that there's a special thank you to all of you for attending today. We're going to be giving you $100 off on any tours booked in 2023 with a special travel voucher. So I'll be mailing the voucher to Marilyn's office again, and she can distribute that to you and everybody else that's part of your group. So if you book any tours in 2023, you just have to use this travel voucher code. And at the time of booking, just let them know, okay, you've attended this presentation and you've received this special code, and you're welcome to get it on any tour you book with us in the future. All right, so without further ado, Natalia is going to take over and walk us through an amazing presentation.
Perfect. Thank you, Nancy, for that introduction and for all the information. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this very special presentation with Senior Discovery Tours. As Nancy mentioned, my name is Natalia, and I have been working in the marketing department with Nancy for about 1.5 years now. And I work as the sales and marketing coordinator. So it's been a very fun journey working with Nancy and putting this activities together. I have been at Senior Discovery Tours in total for almost 12 years now, which is a long time for the industry. And I've had the privilege of escorting many of our tours. And I've been to every continent except for Antarctica, which I still have on my list. And I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our company and some of our tours, as well as answering any questions that you may have along the way. I know that you are all muted right now, but if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves and ask me. And we also have a dedicated Q&A section at the end of the presentation, so we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have for us. And on our agenda today, as Nancy mentioned, we are going to talk about Senior Discovery Tours, a little bit of who we are. We will briefly discuss our health and safety regulations and some of our exciting new rewards programs. We will go over our tour inclusions and the optional services that we offer. And we will also have a look at the tour types that we have and over 100 destinations. And as I mentioned, we are going to have the Q&A period at the end. And first, a little bit about us. Senior Discovery Tours is the largest Canadian tour operator specializing in fully escorted worldwide group tours for the mature traveler. And we have been around since 1975, so almost 50 years now. Our head office is located in Toronto, and we also have 4 branches across the country in Ottawa, London, Ontario, Calgary, and Vancouver. We offer over 200 tours and cruises, all with interesting itineraries, flexible pricing, great value, and quality. The health and safety of our clients and staff are of the utmost importance, and we are delighted to report that we have been awarded the Safe Travel stamp by the World Travel and Tourism Council. Those traveling outside of Canada will be covered by our Manulife out-of-country health insurance plan, which covers all of the COVID-related expenses, just like any other illness. There is no age limit for the insurance coverage. We simply ask you a few questions at the time of booking to ensure that you qualify for the policy, and those who are over 75 are still covered. We just ask a few more details from them. There's no questionnaire that needs to be filled out. We simply ask you those questions at time of booking to determine whether or not you qualify for the policy. We have exciting rewards programs, Discovery Rewards and Blue Sky Referrals. With Discovery Rewards, there are 5 easy tier thresholds within the program, which means quick status upgrades. The more you travel, the higher your rewards. From exclusive travel items to discounts on future tours, this is an exciting and easy way to get more out of every trip you take. With Blue Sky Referrals, if you are a member of Discovery Rewards and you opt in to Blue Sky Referrals, you may start referring your friends and family right away. Once 5 of your referrals have stayed subscribed to our promotional communications for at least 6 months, either receiving our mailed brochure or our monthly e-newsletter, or both, you will both be rewarded. Plus, if your referrals complete a tour with Senior Discovery Tours, you will receive savings towards your future tour with us. To enroll to both of these programs, you will create an online account on our website using your own email address. If you would like more information on how to create your online account and enroll to these programs, please visit our website, seniordiscoverytours.ca, or give us a call and one of our tour consultants will be happy to assist and guide you.
This is what Janet and Doug should be doing.
Another amazing program we are offering is our Insider Club benefits, which you are part of. And the club will receive 4% commission on any booking that is made by a club member. One thing that is important to note is that the commission will be paid directly to the club. So not individual members will receive the savings or the 4%. That is given to the club for every calendar year that you've been a member of this benefit. And just important to remember that this 4% commission is paid directly to the club, not to the individual members. So there are no discounts that are applied on time of booking or on individual bookings. It's a check that is sent directly to the club at the end of the calendar year since you've been a member after enrollment. And I know that Nancy mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that we are going to give you an incentive. So that would be separate from this 4% commission, just so that we are on the same page. The 4% commission, that is paid directly to the club, and the $100 that we're giving you as an incentive to book a tour within this year, 2023, that is an individual savings that you will get on the booking, but it is separate from the Insider Club benefits. So there's one exciting part about this program is that there's no minimum number of participants required for the benefit. So even if 1 or 2 members only traveled with us after you enrolled for the Insider Clubs, you will receive commission on those 2 bookings. So it could be 1 or it could be 100. So when you're booking with us, make sure that you let us know at the time of booking that you are part of the PROBUS Pickering Club. I've written here the club for you so that we can track the commission accurately. So just remember to mention this at the time of booking. You can book with confidence and complete peace of mind with our new special cancellation policy. You may now cancel your tour up to 60 days or 120 days for cruises prior to your departure date, and Senior Discovery Tours will offer you an immediate full refund, less the $75 administration fee. Should Senior Discovery Tours be forced to cancel a tour, you will be issued an immediate full refund. We like to take care of all of the details, both big and small. Just a few of the things that we include on all of our tours are round-trip transportation to and from your home from most Canadian cities, and Pickering is part of this list. So anyone that lives in Pickering will get home pickup and drop off. And that is included with the service. We make all the arrangements and we let you know what time to be ready. We also include all the airfare and airport taxes, carefully selected accommodation, most meals, excursions, all gratuities and taxes, insurance for cancellation for all tours, and insurance for cancellation and health while outside Canada. The best part is that all of our tours are guaranteed in Canadian funds with all the taxes included, so there are no hidden fees. In addition, some of our inclusions to enhance your tour experience with us are meet and greets at Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, and Vancouver Airport to help assist with your check-in experience, fully escorted tours by one of our experienced tour managers, expert local guides providing you with knowledgeable commentary on the history, the culture, and the customs of the destination that you're visiting, as well as entry visas to those countries where it is required. Offering optional services allows you to curate your own experience in just the way you like. Optional service that we offer are air extensions should you wish to stay longer in the country that you're visiting, waiting lists for those tours that are sold out, as well as a room and matching program. Next, we will be looking at some of the exciting tours that we offer. And as mentioned, we have 8 different tour types. So let's go through each of them and have a look at some of the examples. First, we have our flights plus coach tours. These tours ensure that you get the most out of your holiday. These are multi-city tours, which means more hotel changes, but lots of movement to ensure you see more out of your destination. Listed here are some of our more popular flight and coach tours. Next, we have our 2 and 3 center holidays. Focusing on 2 or 3 different countries or regions, these tours are excellent if you want to combine a couple of countries but still have plenty of time to explore. Listed are some of our most popular 2 and 3 center holidays. Another vacation type we offer is our classical coach tour. These tours are perfect for those who do not care to travel abroad and wish to have an experience closer to home. All bus tour pickups are at a predetermined pickup points in Hamilton, Toronto, Whitby, and Kingston. Adventurous travelers who enjoy moving around while taking in incredible scenery love our walking and hiking tours. Imagine yourself walking through quaint French villages along coastal paths and by magnificent lakes, all while taking in expert commentary from one of our local guides. Truly a wonderful way to travel. Our rail tours are becoming increasingly popular among our clientele, offering a complete different perspective and unique way of traveling. It's easy to see why. From the Jacobite to the Glacier Express and the Rocky Mountaineer, there's no shortage of unforgettable scenery on any of these tours. For those wanting more out of their travel experience, then have a look at some of our exotic destinations. You will get more adventure, more in-depth, and more discovery on any of these tours. These tours are sure to delight and excite anyone ready for an exploration. There is no need to pack and unpack several times to get the most out of your tour. You will have hundreds of activities and amenities at your fingertips, not to mention the incredible views. Senior Discovery Tours now offers 30 different cruises with locations all around the world. Some of our more popular cruises are listed here. However, there are several others to choose from. And lastly, just as the term suggests, these tours are best suited for those that enjoy staying in one location and exploring its surroundings. These tours are much more leisurely, allowing for more free time to relax and other days to enjoy excursions. These are just a few examples of places we visit with our Stay Put holidays. And I know I've been up here talking a lot and you've just been listening, but do you have any questions that have come up along the way? Anything that you would like me to explain in depth, or if there's anything that you'd like to review again? Feel free to unmute yourselves and just let me know.
I have a question on the medical coverage.
Sure.
How about preconditions? I know you asked questions, but
Sure.
I know that on the news they were talking about, people getting denied coverage for certain reasons, but I was just wondering how that works.
Sure. So of course, most of us have a pre-existing condition, and those are covered as long as they have been stable for 6 months prior to departure. Now, stable means absolutely no changes at all. So even if they have, let's say, removed you from a medication or lowered your dosage, that would make your condition unstable. So it means 0 changes, no new dosage, no new medication, etc. So as long as there have been no changes to your pre-existing conditions for 6 months prior to departure, you will be covered. When you're over 75, there are some conditions that we ask, and if you've had 3 or more of those, then you don't qualify. So if you'd like, I can go over what those are. Just to let you know, let me just pull it up here. So the first one is a heart condition. So if you've had a so you can have 2 of these, not more. So a heart condition, a lung condition, diabetes, or high blood pressure. So if you have 2 of those and they have been stable, you're okay. But if you have 3 of those, then you wouldn't qualify for the policy as is, We do have an underwriting plan with Manulife. So in those scenarios where you have 3 of those conditions and you're over 75, or let's say you've only had 2 of those conditions, but they're not stable. So in those scenarios, we give you all the information to contact our underwriting through Manulife. And they're usually able to cover our clients that don't qualify for the insurance, for the blanket policy. So there are ways around it, but those are the questions that we would ask you at time of booking to determine whether or not you would qualify. Does that answer your question, John?
Yeah. What if you can't want to cancel 30 days before?
What happens?
If you want to cancel 30 days before,
Yeah.
it depends on the reason why you're canceling. So obviously we cover you for cancellation insurance, but if you're canceling due to a change of mind, then that's not covered under the cancellation insurance. So at that time, if you're canceling within 30 days, so after you pay in full, there are only a few scenarios that are covered. So an emergency illness or injury to yourself or your traveling companion or an immediate family member. And these are for conditions that were stable. So if it was a pre-existing condition that wasn't stable, then it wouldn't be covered. But if it was stable and it's something new, obviously things happen. So that is covered. Or a disaster that renders your principal residence uninhabitable, or a subpoena to appear as a witness, or a call for duty. So those are the only 3 scenarios that are covered. Change of mind is not covered at that time.
Except for I guess you just mentioned your special stuff at 60 days, you can cancel before 60 days, right?
You got it. So for a cruise, it's 120 days prior to departure. And for land tours, it's 60 days prior to departure. If you cancel before those dates, then you will receive a full refund, less $75 for an administration fee, and no questions asked.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Are you saying that this insurance is included in the cost? Because I'm a senior citizen, but I have an annual policy, travel and medical, with my company that I'm pensioned with.
Of course.
And I wouldn't need your insurance, but are you saying that's included in the price? And if so, do you get a discount if you don't want it?
You got it. So what happens is, obviously, we do have clients that, as you do, they have insurance coverage through their former employer, or they buy a yearly policy. So in those cases, they choose to decline our insurance as it is included in the tour cost. And of course, there's a rebate. So per day, you get a specific amount. It's different amounts if you're traveling within Canada or internationally. But yes, absolutely, there is a rebate that you would get if you don't need our insurance. Or what happens too is maybe your travel insurance covers you for emergency only, but ours covers trip interruption and luggage.
Right, yes.
Baggage. Yeah. So some clients may choose to keep it just for that, but of course it's completely up to you. And there are some very comprehensive policies out there that when our clients have it, then there's no need to be double covered. You can only claim it through one insurance anyway. When you can't claim the same issue through both insurances, you would have to claim one part through yours, and then one part through ours. So in some cases, it doesn't make sense to keep it if you're covering.
Good to know.
Great questions.
On that, not with the insurance, but do you have bus tours that are say 8-10 days going down into the States?
We do, actually. Our coach tours, most of them are shorter. So they're, I would say, between 5 and 10 days. And there's no flying involved with those tours. And we go by coach the entire time. We have on this new volume that we have that Nancy mentioned, volume 2, that is currently on our website. So you can browse through it, and we will also mail them to you once they're all printed and ready to go. We have a few coach tours on that one. So we have, I'm just opening it up here. We have some within Canada. So in Quebec, we have 2 different ones, the towns and villages, and we have Gaspé and St. Lawrence. And we also have New York City, Washington, D.C., Cape Cod, and Branson. So those are all the ones that you will see on this upcoming brochure.
Okay,
New
so
York,
with a tour like that, if you were to book one of those, the scenario I ran into was that we did book a tour to go down into the States, and we thought we were going on it, but because there was not enough participants, they canceled it on us, and it was too late for us to find something else that we could get that we really wanted.
right.
So, if we book something, is it for sure going to go, or are you guys going to cancel it for not enough participants?
So we have had to do that in some scenarios. It doesn't happen very often, but it is something that could happen with those tours that, as you mentioned, didn't have enough interest. But if we do cancel a tour, we do it well before, in advance. Definitely prior to the final payment, and with as much notice as possible. I wish I could say that all the departures are guaranteed. Most of them are, but there are some cases in which we do end up canceling a tour due to lack of interest.
Okay.
And we do give you as much notice as we can, definitely prior to the final payment, and in most cases, way more than that.
Can I ask a question? We had a tour with you to Newfoundland in June, and I want to know, does that count towards our affiliation with Seniors Discovery Tour, in that our club will take advantage of that?
With the Insider Club, so it starts counting from the moment that the club is enrolled into the program. So we would just have to have a look at the date that the contract was signed, or that the form was returned to us. And if it was prior to you departing on the trip, then it would. If it was afterwards, then it would not count towards it.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Can you speak about seat assignments on the plane and what happens when you arrange your own air, please?
Of course. So seat selection is something that's completely out of our hands. We can only put a request that is sent to the airline, but we cannot guarantee any seating specific on the airplane. And so that's something that we do not have any control over. It is up to the airline. Regarding if you booked your own flights, of course, the airfare is included with our tours. So what would happen is we give you a rebate for the cost of the airfare. It varies from tour to tour, so that cost varies depending on the tour that you're interested in. We let you know what that is, and then you confirm back with us, I want to decline the airfare, and then we take it off your booking, and we give you the credit for that. Usually these changes need to be made prior to the final payment. So about 60 days prior to departure, we would need to know if you're proceeding with our flights or not. And we can also, what happens too is maybe we have clients that have air miles or aeroplan points and things like that they would like to use to book their flights. We are not able to take those points as part of payment. So in those scenarios, you would decline our air, and then you would book your flights elsewhere. And we can give you the details of the flights that we are booking, just so that you have an idea of when the group is arriving, or maybe you can try and book yourself on the same flights. But that's how we go around it with our clients that are making their own flight arrangements. We give you a rebate that varies from tour to tour.
Thank you. What about the limo service to pick you up at the house when you book your own air?
So when you book your own flights, only if you're booked on the same flights as the group. So if you're on the exact same flight, we will offer the airport transfer if you're booking your own flights, but you're on the same flights. If you're booking your own flights, but you are on completely different flights, then we give you a rebate for the airport transfer as well, because we wouldn't be booking it on your behalf. So you would get a rebate for the airfare and for the airport transfers.
All right, thank you. On the tours you listed previously, one of the ones you showed was what you used to call a tale of three cities.
Right.
London, Paris, Amsterdam. Now the brochure that was for this summer dropped Amsterdam. Now, does that
Yes.
mean you're introducing the Amsterdam back into your program with the next brochure?
No, I don't see it coming up. It may be for the fall. It may be we have it as two cities. We still have it as London and Paris for the upcoming. So we'll update that.
And I know you said your brochure is available online. Do you know when the mailing will be going out to the houses?
Yeah, as Nancy mentioned, it should be ready within 2 or 3 weeks. And if you're in the mailing list, then it will be sent to you directly. But we are also going to mail out a couple boxes for the club.
That's great. That's all I have. Thank you.
Perfect. Great questions. Is there anything else that comes to mind?
Just go off mute. Hello.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
The Panama Canal has a trip going November the 20th to the 30th. And I was wondering, is it too late to book?
I can look right now with our cruises. Well, right now, it probably, so with the cruises, the final payment is due about 90 days before departure. So once the final payment has passed, then the cruise is on request, which is the case for the partial Panama cruise going November 20 right now. So what does that mean? It means that we have to request the space with the cruise line and the airline to make sure we can get the space on the cruise for the cabin that you're interested in, as well as the flights on the plane. And in order for us to request that, you need to be fully committed to go. So before we even go to request the space, we would need to collect your credit card information and all your personal information, because once we request it, if we get it, it has to be paid in full right then and there. So it's something that I encourage you, if you're interested on that one, give us a call at our offices, and one of the tour consultants will collect all your information and will place the request for you if you're 100% sure that you would like to go. If you're not 100% sure at this point, then we wouldn't be able to make the request because it's with such short notice. With the cruises, if we're basically buying the space when we request it, so that's why you would need to be fully committed as well.
That's okay. That's a good answer. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I have a question about the cruises. Do you fly in overnight to the port a day in advance, or do you go the same morning?
It depends. So with our ocean cruises, for the most part, we fly the morning off. But we have some cruises as well. So there are some others that, for example, our South America cruise and tour. With that one, we call it cruise and tour because there is a land portion at the beginning usually and at the end. So I can have a look at the specifics for that one. But with those cruises, we fly in, and then maybe we spend a couple nights, and then we get on the cruise. Or it could be the other way around, where we fly in. Exactly. Where we fly in, we get on the cruise immediately that day, and then when we disembark, we spend 2 nights at the port that we disembark. So it varies. Just having a look at that example that I gave you here. So with the South America cruise, yes, that one is one that we fly in, we spend 1 night, and then we get on the cruise, and then on the return,
Where do we get that code number?
Pardon?
Oops.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Did you have a question?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it varies. But if it's a cruise and tour, that's what they're called. Usually there is an overnight before or after the cruise. If it's a cruise, then usually you fly in and you get on the ship that day.
How do you get
All
the
right,
code?
thank you.
Pickering?
Do you use one specific cruise line for ocean and one for river, or does it depend?
Yes, they're different ones. So for example, for the ocean cruises, we use Princess cruises. They don't really have river cruises. The river cruises tend to be way smaller. So these are those big cruise ships, you know, with 2,000 plus.
Yes, I know what the Princess ones are. What do you use for the river cruises?
So it varies, it depends. For the Rhine and Danube, for example, we use AMA waterways. They're very, very luxurious. And we also use Costa, which are also very, very high class. So we only hire, you know, that level of service, but in terms of the cruise line, it can depend. Those are just the two for the river cruises that come to mind, but we have used others in the past.
Do you ever use Scenic?
No, we haven't used Scenic.
Okay.
But mostly they're AMA waterways, which is
Okay.
fabulous. I'm not sure.
And Princess is the only ocean. Do you use RCCL at all?
No, mostly Princess lately.
Okay.
We used to also go with Celebrity,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we haven't gone with them in a while. So it's been mostly Princess.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how many of you that are attending today have actually traveled with us? I know that quite a few. I think Marilyn and John. Is there anybody else? Joe, maybe?
Shirley and Bob and Ray.
Yes. And John and Irene McNamara as well.
Did you go mostly cruises, or was it an Italian tour as well?
The one we went on was the London show tour in August.
Okay.
Which was excellent.
Oh, great.
And the one we went on was lots of wine and food. It was great.
The Dolce Vita?
Yeah.
Great.
Too much wine and food.
Too much?
I did. I raised my hand. Actually, we've had 18 people from our club that have been on a tour in 2023.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want to mention also that in January we signed a 2-year agreement with CARP. So if you're a CARP member, you probably noticed our ads in the Zoomer magazine. So you can get for this year, 2023, $100 off if you're a CARP member.
Okay.
And if you're not a CARP member, but you happen to see our ad in the Zoomer, then it's a limited time, $100 off on those specific tours featured at that moment in time, like whatever time you get it. So that's something I also want to mention. So at the time of booking, it's really important, and we're making sure that our new staff is informed as well, because we had a little bit of a confusion. But it just mentioned that you're a CARP member, and you're also Insider Club, PROBUS Pickering member. So this way, there's no confusion there. And you just have to provide your membership number for the CARP, and then we'll apply the discount at the time of booking for you. So yeah, are there any more questions? Oh, actually one more thing. I don't know if Natalia mentioned this. Many of our tours repeat in the spring and fall. I don't know off the top of my head which ones they are. There's so many of them. I believe we have 166 different tours. So they cycle through at different times of the year. And one of the most popular ones for Canada was our Newfoundland and Labrador. So you'll notice most of the departures that we have usually 2 or 3 departure dates. But for example, Newfoundland, in the summer, we have about 16, right, Natalia? Is it?
Yes, we do. It's our best-selling tour, the most popular. And on the brochure, we'll advertise right now for this upcoming brochure. We have 16 departures on there, but sometimes we end up adding more. So it can be up to 20, 21 departures to Newfoundland in the summer.
What's the protocol with respect to tipping the tour guide manager?
So that's the only tip that's not included. Of course, they get paid per day that they're there. You're welcome to show your appreciation, but we ask that there are no collections. So you would do that on your own and based on, you know, the level of service that you received, or, you know, if maybe they went out of their way to help you with something. So it's not required at all. It's definitely appreciated, but we do ask that there are no collections, so not to get maybe a few people to put money together for the tip. So we ask that it's as in an individual basis, and again, not required.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so all the prices that you see in the brochures that we have, those are always the final price, which people love because the taxes are already included, the tipping's included, you know, the health outside of Canada is included. So that price you see there, that's the actual final price to you when you see it in the brochure or on the website.
I see Shirley and Bob have their hand up.
Yeah, we just took the Newfoundland tour at over Canada Day. And as far as tipping, I thought all tipping was included except for the tour guide we discovered, and we were kind of surprised by that, as well as the limo driver. We had to, we looked at just before, while we were waiting for the limo driver to come, we read the brochure, our information, and it said that tipping the limo driver wasn't included. So we were actually surprised by the limo driver and the bus tour guide.
So your bus tour guide is your tour manager. So that's the tip we were talking about that's not included. For the limo driver, that would be the person that picked you up at your home and dropped you off on the return, correct? The airport transfers?
Yeah, it picked us up at the house and took us to the airport.
Right. So with those, because we hired different Airbus companies, depending on the area that you're in, oftentimes we're not able to pre-tip that person on your behalf. So it's something that has to do with the agreements that we have with the Airbus companies where they won't accept the tip in advance. So that's a good point because for that specific transfer is not something that we're able to do in advance. But for the tour manager, with the Newfoundland tour, the same person that's on the bus, that they are also your guide. They're also giving you all the information about the area, and that's the same tip that we were mentioning before that is also not included.
Right, and he definitely deserved a tip, and we were glad to give it. We just weren't. We didn't realize ahead of time. We didn't read the fine print, I guess.
Sure. Who was your tour manager? Was it Michael Morton?
Yeah, he was
nice.
fantastic.
Did you have Barry for the driver too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nice.
They were just wonderful. Really, really good.
They're
really
a good team.
Recommend them.
They're fun. Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear. That. I see Susan's iPad has a question. Or you have your hand up, but you're muted, so if we can't hear you. Maybe that was an accident.
Okay.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry. Yes, you mentioned that the PROBUS Pickering had $100 discount, and then you mentioned the CARP gives $100 discount. Can you combine them both and get a $200 discount?
Normally our terms and conditions say you have to pick one.
Oh,
but
okay.
I can take a look at that just to be, because this is a special presentation that we're offering that to you. But normally we don't do that. We just, in the CARP sense, it's either one because it's non-combinable. Both of these vouchers specify that, non-combinable with any other offer. But I can double check on that because we have a special presentation for you today.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's see. I don't see any more hands up. Are there any other questions? Anything that has come up?
Just something quick. If you want to communicate by email, what's the right email address?
Communicate with us by email or
No, with you. With you.
so the marketing department or a general inquiry?
A general inquiry, and something comes up regarding the presentation today that I can't think of now. Who would we send that email to?
So you can send it to the info@stc.ca. So it's right, Nancy, or to us
Oh,
directly?
yeah, you could send it to us, marketing@stc.ca. If you have anything specific about tours or booking or specifics of anything like to do with what hotel you're staying at a certain tour, then it's easier for you to email info@stc.ca because a tour consultant will immediately respond to that. But if you wanted to ask us about anything from today that we were talking about, feel free, you can reach out to us as well.
Okay, thank you.
Marketing@stc.ca.
Thank you. And since we're plugging tour managers, we had Sandra.
Nowak?
We had Sandra as a Sandra Wood,
Oh,
our tour
yeah.
manager, and she was outstanding. So since we're plugging them, you should know how great she was.
Very nice.
Great,
Where
thank
did you
you.
go with her?
Well, we were on the London show tour.
Oh, fantastic.
And it was
very
amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for that. Glad to hear
Thank
this.
you.
And also, I don't know if you noticed in your final documents, you're welcome to submit a feedback survey. So you could just go to our website and provide your feedback on any tours or do a Google review for us. We would appreciate that as well. So
Okay.
any feedback is always helpful to us about anything.
Thank you.
Of course. I see a couple hands up. So Teresa and Graham. But we can't hear you. Was that you?
No, sorry, it must have been an accident.
Okay, no problem. And I see Susan's hand is up still. Is that from the
No.
question before, or do you have another
Mm,
question?
I have another question, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
When will this, your presentation be?
Oh, we
put-
didn't have a question.
When will your presentation be put online again? This one right now.
This
yeah.
one, well, we'll send a recording over to you, and I think you'll be posting it on your website. I think that's a question for
John.
For John?
So basically, when you guys send it, just email it to me and we'll post it on the site.
Yeah, we can send it to you right away after we finish. We just download it. It takes a couple of minutes and then we can send it off to you right away.
Absolutely.
Great.
Thank you.
Just out of curiosity, if I can get these 2 vouchers to give you the discounts, which we normally don't do, are you on, so out of the 36 people on here, do you anticipate traveling or booking this year with that voucher? Is anybody has any intentions to actually book this year for any time?
This is Susan.
In my case, it depends on what's included in the next catalog. We're thinking of vacations next year. I just don't. One of the ones I'm looking for is over in Europe, and I just want to see what's available, but I don't see anything yet in the spring.
Okay.
We may indeed book.
And you have a CARP membership as well? I'm just trying to see who
Yes,
has a
I do.
CARP and who has a travel voucher.
Yes, I have CARP.
Okay. Do the majority of your members have CARP membership by any chance? Does anybody know?
Well, this, hi. Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
This is Susan again. Hi.
Hi.
I actually, as soon as you came on, I went in and booked the trip that I've been waiting for when you said it was coming back up in the spring. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so I'll want the PROBUS one. And then I thought, well, maybe I should go in and get the CARP, sign up for CARP as well. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
Okay. So Susan, in this case, we can apply the travel voucher. Do you want that? Or did you already get the CARP?
No, I haven't gotten the CARP yet.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that for you.
And for your booking, Susan, did you let us know at time of booking that you are part of the PROBUS Pickering Club?
Yes, I just spoke to a really nice woman, Jane.
Oh,
and
nice.
I told her that she didn't know about it yet, but she said just to call her back tomorrow and give the code number or whatever it's going to be. I don't.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
Susan, what is your last name, if you don't mind me asking, or just because
Well-
it doesn't show here? We can check the file for you.
Yeah, I
Oh.
can add it while I
Oh.
have you here.
Okay, it's sort of embarrassing online, but Larson.
Larson. No, nothing embarrassing about it. No worries. We can do that just so that you don't have to worry about explaining it all over again.
Yeah, I have to say, your brochures just always have me salivating.
Oh, that's awesome.
They look wonderful. Yeah, and I've heard wonderful things about your tours. So
Which tour did you book today?
the Italian Riviera and Tuscany.
Oh, nice, nice.
Very nice.
I couldn't wait. I'm just been waiting. I've been going on every day onto your website to see when the new brochure was going to come out so I could book it to make sure I get it.
Oh yeah, we just posted it on social media yesterday and on our
Yeah.
website yesterday. Yeah.
That's why when you came on first thing, you mentioned that, and that's why I immediately got on the phone to her.
Yeah. Our biggest seller seems to be all time, Italy. It looks like Italy, France.
Yeah, I'm really, very much looking forward to it. Yes.
Great.
Thanks for doing this, by the way, and thanks for
Thanks
PROBUS
for being.
for putting this on too.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Are there any other questions? Anything else that comes to mind?
Not a question, but it sounds like a really good place to get a vacation from, which is something I have been looking for lately. So I will be on there checking it out.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome. Great.
Thanks for the presentation.
Yes,
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
We're happy to do it. And if there are any specific tours that you'd like us to focus on next time, we can put something together for you. We would love to.
Yeah. We can even come out and see you at your presentations you have monthly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hands up or not.
Sometimes we do in person. Sometimes people prefer to do it on Zoom. So we just go with the flow as you wish.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Nancy,
Yes.
it's Marilyn and
Hi, Marilyn.
Natalia. Thank you both so much. It was a fabulous presentation. You can see how much interest our club has in everything you offer, and we all learned something new. And I think you're going to get a lot of bookings from our members because we're really enthusiastic travelers, and we appreciate
amazing.
everything you brought forward this morning. Thanks.
Oh, thank you so
And,
much for having us.
keep the brochures coming. We're lugging them to the meetings. So
All right.
and they're
How many
going
did you-
fast.
Yeah, I just sent an email to send out 150 vouchers to you. Is that enough, or did you need more than that?
That sounds about right, I think.
Okay.
That's
So I'll
about-
send you 150 brochures once they're printed as well.
Thank you.
Great. And we
That
have one
works.
more slide here, Olivia. Natalia, did you want to just flip the slide to one more
Yes.
slide to the end?
Yeah.
And then we have Olivia. She's going to chat briefly about our social media.
Yeah, hi
Is
everyone.
that-
So I just want to jump in and let everyone know that we are on social media. So we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, and now YouTube as well. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. We post really great videos on our upcoming tours and our tour highlights. As well as on social media too. We post a lot about our upcoming tours. So yeah, you should give us a follow, a like, and subscribe as well.
Awesome. And also on our YouTube channel, you'll notice Natalia's there as our hostess. During the pandemic, we actually had numerous webinars on destinations. So there's some destinations that were an hour long, and we just did a deep dive into that destination with a tour manager and Natalia and our colleague Brianne. And so if there's a specific destination, you might actually find it on there on our YouTube channel. So it answers any frequently asked questions about a destination as well.
And we are also, if you are active on social media, we have monthly contests that we have going on. So
yes,
keep an eye on our social media for those that will be coming up, as you can get even more savings that way too.
Okay. Excellent.
Awesome.
And it has been a pleasure to have you all here today. Thank you for interacting with us, for all your questions, for listening to us. We're always happy to do this for you. So as we mentioned, if you have any specific tours that you'd like to learn more about, or if maybe you want to put together a presentation in person for your members, we're happy to do that as well. So keep in touch. And if you have any questions, you have our email address and our phone number. We're always happy to help.
Right. And Natalia's, Susan Larson. Natalia's going to get back to you on your file as well. And I'll get back to Marilyn on whether we can apply the 2 discounts so you can get 200 rather than 100 off. So I'll get back on that. I need to get approval on that one.
Yeah, thanks for checking on that. Figure every little bit helps, right?
Awesome.
Of course.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
You have a
you very
wonderful
much.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you later. Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you
Very
all.
much.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye for now. Thanks again.
Bye. Thank you.